and welcome back to another video. So I'm going away on holiday for 7 days very shortly, and I need to pack my art supplies because let's be honest, that's the most important thing that I need to take on holiday with me. So I thought I would bring you along to pack and try and narrow down some supplies. So you obviously will have already seen the video where I did this piece of artwork and I picked from my Winsor & Newton pens so that I could choose and narrow down the colours because I have such a big set of them. Now I'm going to have that problem with a few things and I don't want to do a video for all of them, so we're going to troubleshoot now. I've got my mic on so I can turn away from the camera and you can still hear me the same, but we have a few supplies that I really want to bring. Oh, I'm jumping ahead of the game here. My main thing I'm going to fill is my Etcher mini satchel. I backed this on Kickstarter many years ago. It's such an incredible piece of kit. I highly recommend. I did back the larger bag, which is also equally as incredible, but I definitely use this smaller bag a hell of a lot more. It's just way more compact. It's just brilliant. So basically we're going to pack this with some initial supplies, then we're going to choose some larger quantities of other supplies that I'm going to bring with me in my suitcase so that whilst I'm away on holiday I can refill this with whatever supply, whatever medium I want to use whilst we are on the holiday. So that's kind of my idea. So the supplies I want to take, obviously, now we've narrowed down the colours sort of, is my Winsor & Newton pigment markers. So we need to choose those colours. I also would really like to take, so I'm taking you with me, taking you with me. I'd really like to take, let's see what we've got. These are all my newer supplies, that's why I'm probably more inclined to take them. Inktense blocks, we've got a huge box there. We also have a smaller box, I think that must be in another drawer. My XL graphite, maybe we'll take those. What else do we have? See, I'm always compelled to use supplies that I've got recently. So I recently received in a scroll box these Pentel brush pens. Is it something I want to take? Not sure. No, let's not take these. This is why I need help. I need someone physically here to tell me yes or no. Maybe I should grab Natalie down. I definitely want to take my Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2s. They are amazing and they're very versatile because they're water-soluble wax. We can sketch with a really sketchily kind of texture. We can add water and dilute them, make washes, things like that. So that's quite a nice supply to take. I feel like I would like to take my Faber-Castell Polychromos. This is going to be a lot, so we need to really narrow this down. Let me see if I can find the other supplies. Well, I want to definitely take some watercolours, that's a given. I don't want anything messy, so I don't want to take any of my crystalline watercolours. So probably just my mini palettes filled with watercolours. Maybe even a little sea sponge might be quite interesting to take. And maybe even, I've got a fine little water brush here, so that might be a nice extra to take as well. Another little water brush, a sea sponge. This is the smaller Inktense block, so we'll see whether that's what we take instead of that big one. We've got the Etcher mini palettes, again another Etcher product. Highly recommend you follow them on Instagram, they do some incredible products. But my mini palette, you see this in all my videos, we've got the mixing palette there, and this is filled with watercolours, so maybe we'll do a quick refresh of watercolours in there just to make sure we've got all the colours we want and plenty of them. And then I have this Go Draw mini palette as well, which magnetises together like this, and you can clip it onto your sketchbook, which is fantastic. This has some Winsor & Newton professional wash in there, but which again I think I might try and just refill and refresh. That might be nice and handy to have. In terms of sketchbooks, so I think I'm going to take this sketchbook that I did this piece of art in, which is another Etcher sketchbook. I recently filled an A6 version of this and I really like this A5 version, so I think we're going to take that. I think also we might take this moleskin I've started, which I think may as well take and just do some little doodles in. It's already got some really rough sketches and travel paintings in, so I think this will be perfect for this use. So yeah, we'll take that. I think just those two sketchbooks will be plenty. I'm also thinking of taking these. I think I filled these up in my haul video for my birthday. There are a few Sennelier in there, so maybe we'll take them just to play around with, but I won't take the full set. And then in here is actually some of those Derwent Inktense blocks that were broken. I got them in the scroll box, so they can sit in there as well. So I think we've got those as the main big supplies, and then as for small ones, we have some ink pens, we have some graphite sticks. This lovely Koh-i-Noor graphite stick is going to be perfect for etching and things like that. We've got a couple of mechanical pencils, which I think will be handy. We've got some ink pens like this Copic multi-liner, which I think will be really nice. I also have this ink dip pen, which is a no-brand dip pen. It's a travel one because you basically put this that way, so you travel with it like that, and then you turn that back round and you have this really, really fine. Some of you may have seen this in some of my videos because I use this quite often and I use it with my dip pen ink, so maybe we may bring one colour of those. I don't want to bring too much heavy stuff. I don't want things that are going to be bulky or annoying to use. I'm probably not going to use that out and about, so just one ink pot might be good to use in the apartment. I don't know. But yeah, shall we get to filling up some of this stuff? What I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce another shot of my hands filling up all of these supplies into my Etcher mini satchel and choosing the colours and everything, but I'll keep a front view as well. But let's move this around so that it's a bit of a different angle so that we can fill some things in. Let's pack this mini satchel. So I'm thinking we have 4 erasers / rubbers, depending on where in the world you are. We have a kneadable eraser. Will not go anywhere without that. In fact, I'm going to take this one, which is definitely almost finished. It's been used a hell of a lot. And then a couple of fresh ones just in a little Faber-Castell case. I'm also going to take this fine rubber. So this is a little fine one so that you can get some detail if you've done like a pencil sketch or something. I think that'd be really handy to have. So we're going to include both of those. I'm actually going to pop that one in the back there, and we're going to put this stand side here where we're going to put some pencils. So on to more blending things. I'm going to take this blending stub. I'm going to take this for my polychromos pencils, and also if I do some graphite sketches, that'll be perfect for that. In terms of pencils and graphite, so we have a couple of options that I think I'm going to take. We have, firstly, this Koh-i-Noor graphite stick. It's very amazing, it's very thick, it's very big, and I love it. I think it's going to be perfect for this, and I think I'm going to include that because it'll be great for etching, it will be great for just general really thick, loose sketches, and I think that'll be really nice to take. So that's going to slide in there next to the erasers. Then for mechanical pencil, we have 2 here. We have the Pentel Side FX in 0.5, a very thin, nice little one. This has been my go-to since getting it in a scroller box. I actually ordered a second one, and it has this lovely little button here to bring the lead out, and it has an eraser at the top there as well. So that's a double whammy there, which I think is perfect for this. I'm going to pop that there. Just going to move this rubber up to the top. And then we have this slightly thicker, it's a no brand one, slightly thicker nib that I think is quite an interesting pencil to use. So I'm going to pop that in there. Then for my watercolours, my gouache, all of that, I'm going to take a couple of water brushes. I think most of these are, we've got an Arteza branded one, we have a Kuretake one, and I think this is no brand. We have a no brand one. I think this came from the SAA website, which is supporting all artists website, which is very handy. So we've got a couple of those. We've got varying tip sizes, so that's going to be really handy. We've got a fine, we've got a medium, and then we have this really nice broad one, perfect for some strokes there. So we will take those 3, I think, which we will slide down this side, I think. They will be very handy. Then, of course, I love my ink work, so we are going to take a couple of ink pens. We have the Fine Line Dip Pen fine liner sort of thing. We're going to take that. That is a no brand as well. I don't actually know where that comes from, but I have a couple of them. We're going to take a Copic multi-liner. We're going to take a pigment liner from Staedtler. That's a really nice pen. I have a whole set of those. I love them. But I think those 2 sizes will be good. I think we've got a 0.1 and 0.3 there. maybe, what size is that? Maybe we'll take a thicker one as well. We'll take this Faber-Castell Echo Pigment. That is a 0.6, so slightly thicker, nothing too thick. We'll take those. Then I think I'm going to take this lovely little sea sponge. It'll be perfect for doing some sort of like trees or some foliage or something like that. I think that will be a nice little addition. I'm going to take a little bulldog clip for attaching my Go Draw palette to my sketchbook, or just pin my sketchbook pages down. I think that's always handy to have. I might take 2 of those if I've got one at hand. I can't actually spot one. Oh, I do have another one, I'll get that a bit later. I'm going to take this ink brush, which I made myself in a water brush. This has got some diluted ink in there. It's really good for washes. Highly recommend doing that if you haven't done that before. I think that might be it in my actual satchel, because I obviously want to fit some other bits in there. We have this little set of Inktense blocks that I received in a scroller box, and they all became broken, so I got this really nice thing at a charity shop, this nice tin. So that, you know, that's something that can fit in there. I think that'll be really handy to have. I have some spare nibs here as well for my mechanical pencils, which is handy. Pop them there. So yeah, that'll fit nicely in there, which is nice. We also have another tin which won't fit in here, but that's got some oil pastels in. I don't know whether I'll take those or not. We did choose an ink, so I've chosen this Daler-Rowney FW acrylic ink. This will be a perfect little ink for this. It is in the colour olive green, so I'll use that with my dip pen. I think that'll be a perfect little colour and pop. So that's it for the actual mini satchel. So let's move on to the actual art supplies. So let's zip that up. I think that's done. I'm also going to take, which I'm not sure if I mentioned at the start. Let me see if I can try and get it out, because now this is full. It's a bit harder. This is in the front of my mini satchel. This is a viewfinder. So we're going to take this viewfinder so that when I'm out and about doing plein air sketches, I can decide on a view that's not so overwhelming, because it will basically block off a section of what I'm seeing. So that'll be really, really good. So I'm going to just go through the other supplies I'm going to take. So I think I'm definitely going to take the full set of my Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils. Let me open them up for you so you can see what they look like on the other camera. Hopefully it's still in focus in this side. So we have this lovely roll of colours. Very, very nice. Let me check. Yeah, nice. A very, very nice roll of colours there. They'll be perfect. So I'm going to take all of those because I think that's really good. And it also has some extra pencils and an eraser in there as well. So can't go wrong with taking that as a full set, I don't think. We've already been through the sketchbooks. I think I will take the whole set of these Caran d'Ache as well. We have all of those. I don't know whether I'm going to decide right now whether I'm going to take the whole set. It's quite a lot, isn't it? It's quite a heavy little set. Maybe I'll decide to take just a couple of those and put them in my tin, maybe. That might be a good option. But they are definitely, a few of those are definitely going to come with me. I obviously have those Inktense blocks that are a bit broken, but I might just take this smaller set as well, just because they are a good little set of colours, and I think they'll be perfect additions to the other colours that I'm going to take. I think I'm going to not take my XL graphite or any of my bigger set of Inktense blocks. There's just too much there. I think they are going to stay at home. And then as for colours for my Winsor & Newton pigment liners, I think I'm going to take at least 3 blues, maybe all 4 blues, purely because we have the sea, we have the sky, and, you know, we're going to need a lot of blues to decipher all of that. And I'm quite happy with that selection of supplies. I think that's really good. We've got some pencils, we've got some wax, we've got some ink paints, we've got some pigment liners, pigment markers, which are kind of an acrylic paint alcohol marker mix, and then we've got some gouache and some watercolours. So I think that's a really good, nice mix of supplies, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing the chaos of my brain of trying to sort out what supplies I want to take and what colours I want to take, and hopefully this is not too much, not too little. I think it's just right, and we make a lot of nice art whilst we're away on holiday. But I thank you for watching. It's been a really nice video to kind of bounce my ideas off you, even though you're not actually here. And I'm excited to go away. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you're excited for my vlog slash paint with me videos when we get back from holiday, and I will hopefully see you soon. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.